Cool. So, alright gamers, hello everyone. Today we're talking about how to learn the ice climbers and what order to learn your tech skill in. We're currently at number 3, getting better. There's a lot of important stuff here that is sometimes, some of those are really hard, some of those are not quite as hard. But it's important that we all know what these mean so that you can actually practice them and see the input. So let's start talking about them. We're going to begin with mini-wobbling, and this is pretty much what it sounds like. It is wobbling for as long as you're allowed to do it, basically. In Melee, the wobbling band works in such a way that, right, this clearly is wobbling, right? Anyone who's seeing this knows that this is wobbling, but what exactly makes this wobbling is the question. And the rule set band wobbling in such a way that it states that any kind of grab string where you hit the opponents with more than 3 pummels as Popo, and so 4 pummels or more, with a Nana attack in between, which could lock the opponent into like continuous grab hit stun, that's a wobble, right? So if more than 3 pummels can be considered a wobble, then anything we do that has 3 pummels or less is not a wobble and is thus allowed. So what we want to do is that we want to use our 3 pummels that we can do to build up damage, and then keep our combo going, right? Whether we do a down throw down air regrab like we talked about in the last video, or if we just do a down throw smash attack like we also talked about in the last video, that's all fine. It's just that before we throw, we get to do 3 pummels, and if we get to do these 3 pummels, we also get to do 3 Nana attacks in between, which means that we want to get some more damage. Alright, so how do you learn this? There is quite a few tutorials on how to learn wobbling. The easiest way to start off, in my opinion, is just to do a standing grab and just try to get it going like this. So you get the grab, pummel, and then right after your first pummel, or right during the first pummel, you move the stick slightly in the direction of the opponent to make sure Nana is doing a forward tilt. And because Popo's grab hits and Nana's grab misses, you instantly have a desync that you can then use to keep this alternative attack pattern going. The rhythm is, I think it's like 200 beats per minute, but if you can grab an opponent and just get this going for like, I don't know, 10 pummels or a bit longer, then you should be good. And then you want to practice this in combination with some of your combo extenders or combo finishers, right? Like the down throw down air I showed earlier, or the down throw forward smash. But yeah, you grab, press A, and then as you press A, you slightly move the stick forward and press A again so that Nana does a forward tilt while Popo is busy doing the pummel, and then you just keep tapping A at this rhythm. You don't have to move the stick at all anymore once you have it in the right position. But in a real match, of course, the wobbling band code will be active. So if I were to do this right here, this would be my 4th pummel, so the opponent would automatically get out of the grab, even if I do it correctly, because that's how the wobbling band is programmed into the game. But if I do this and then just throw and smash attack, that all works. That's allowed, I can do that, and why not take the free damage that you can get when you grab the opponent anyways? Okay, great. That was our first part about wobbling and mini-wobbling. What do we think about this? Does anyone have any questions? So there's a 3 pummel rule where Slug always throws after pummel, Ftilt, pummel, blizzard, sec, pummel. No, it's not. Slug has started doing the better in-grab combos recently, but in the past you would often see Slug pummel, and then as Nana was doing the blizzard, he would keep pummeling and then throw. However, this is not actually something you need to do, because let's say let me just make a recording. I do something like this, right? Or even just this. During the Nana blizzard, the opponent is stuck in the grab anyways, right? Like, I don't have to pummel here. The opponent is stuck in this grab. I don't need to pummel. However, Slug would pummel during the blizzard, which he didn't need to, but that would then reduce the amount of Nana attacks he could do, because he was just pummeling during the blizzard for no good reason. So yeah, legally, if you get the right setup for it, you're even allowed to do 3 blizzards out of a grab, right? Which does the most damage. It is much more difficult to do, of course, right? And usually you will see people go for the so-called novel, which we'll talk about in a future episode. But yes, the reason why Slug was doing this wasn't because it's like optimal or because the wobbling rule forced him to do it. It was just because it was probably just muscle memory he had ingrained from learning grab combos. But yeah, you can get 3 Nana attacks during grab and not just 1 blizzard, because 1 Nana blizzard is just 1 Nana attack. You can get way more of those Nana attacks. Darkgenic says, I love wobbling and mini-wobbling and every other form of wobbling. Honestly, so true, bestie. Great, he's changed earlier this year. Yes, exactly. Slug has gotten a lot better at this, and I'm super happy he's now doing some of the harder but higher damage stuff. Okay, next up, our next thing here is forward throw into Nana dash jump cancel up smash. In our previous episode, we talked about the combo finisher of down throw into forward smash, and how this can be pretty much, depending on the eye, can be impossible to land on characters like Jigglypuff, and that's where forward throw into dash jump cancel up smash comes in. This is your earliest kill option against Jigglypuff, right? Let's say Puff does perfect DI on our down throw forward smash, even if we were able to land the forward smash. Then if Puff DI is in, we get this, and Puff lives, right? Like, not even close. I mean, it was kind of close, but yeah, she's not dying there. Then if Puff gets the perfect DI on forward throw up smash, she's just gone. Because especially the light characters and the characters who fall very slowly, like Pichu, Game & Watch, Puff, and even against characters like Peach or Marth, if you get a grab in center stage, then usually your earliest possible guaranteed kill will come from up smash. So how do you land an up smash, right? I talked in our recent video, about how you can also down throw up smash against some characters. But down throw up smash, like you're seeing here, it also doesn't hit against Jigglypuff, right? But luckily, there is a way we can get an up smash on Puff that also does more damage total. And the way you do it is that you grab the opponent, you pummel once, and then you do forward throw, dash, jump cancel, up smash with Nana. Of course, you don't need the pummel, right? You just have to make sure that Nana is actionable as you start the throw, because the same input that you use to start the throw also makes Nana dash forward. So again, right here, let's record one more time. This is what it looks like. And if we look at it frame by frame, you see we grab by pressing Z, pummel once, because why not, right? Nana is in a leg anyways, gotta make sure that she's actionable as we do the throw. And now Nana is ready to act and Popo's ready to throw. So you'll see right here that I flick my stick to the right, which both initiates the forward throw from Popo and also, as you'll see in a second, makes Nana start a dash forward right here. Now, once you've done the dash forward, you need to do a jump cancel up smash with Nana. There's 2 ways to do this. You can press the jump button, either one of the jump buttons, like X or Y, or even jump with tab jump, and then press A to get the up smash going. What I wanted to say is that you can do this jump cancel up smash by either jumping with one of the face buttons, X or Y, or you can jump by just using tab jump. And for this specific input, because you're trying to jump and then up smash anyways, where your stick has to be up as well, the way I do this is that I flick the stick to the right when both climbers are actionable, so that you get the forward throw and Nana starts her dash, and then I just roll the stick up and press A. Because if I roll the stick up, you'll see right here, Nana now gets a jump input to her, so she will enter jump squat right here, but because I also press A right after, she will then start the up smash right away. You'll also see that I charge this up smash for just a little bit to make sure that Jigglypuff has left the grab as my up smash comes out to hit her, right? If I were to not charge this at all right here, then what might happen is that something like this might happen, where the up smash comes out and hits Puff, but it hits while Puff is still in the grab, so she doesn't actually fly away. But by just charging it a little bit, or by delaying the up smash a tiny bit, you can then get it like this. So you don't have to charge it, but you know, if you can get a little bit of charge, then why not, right? So this is the technique that I would recommend you learn it with. Flick the stick to the right to initiate the dash from Nana and the forward throw, and then roll the stick up and press and hold A for a little bit, and then get a feel for how long you have to hold it before releasing, so that this up smash consistently lands. Also make sure that this works in both directions, and if Nana, if this happens, right, like what I showed earlier, then the up smash from Nana came out too early, so you either have to delay the up smash or you have to charge a little bit longer. If this happens, right, then it means you missed the jump cancel up smash and you press the A button or you flick the C stick up too late, because it means that Nana got her up attack input when she was already in the air, when she's supposed to get the input while she's in jump squat on the ground. And then we have the one where Nana just doesn't, the up smash doesn't come out, and that might be because you just completely missed the jump cancel and didn't get the jump, or you tried to up smash before jumping. So that's what you're looking out for there. Great, yeah, like I said earlier, this is usually your earliest guaranteed kill against most characters, especially floaties and even against fast fallers some of the time. Cool, so questions. Does anyone have any questions? Was this clear? Was this difficult to understand? What are we thinking? Can you not down throw there? Is there an issue with that? Yeah, that's what I talked about in the beginning. Down throw into up smash tends to miss against, especially Puff, and also Pichu, I think, or something. It tends to miss if they DI away. Right, like if I do this, it just doesn't land. If they DI in, this does hit, but also the forward throw up smash does more damage anyways, so you might as well learn this if you want to end your combos in a similar fashion. Or just want to end the combo in general and get the most damage there. Cool. It's not necessarily the most damaging combo finisher, but it is the combo finisher that will do the most damage and also kill earliest, if that makes sense. Yeah, cool. Yeah, this method is guaranteed and also does more damage, exactly. Also, another final thing about forward throw up smash over down throw up smash is that, like we talked about in the previous episode, down throw is weight based. So down throw, all the timings for the throw follow-ups will differ on what opponent you're playing against because they have different weights. So the down throw animation either takes longer for heavy characters or it's shorter for lighter characters. So you have to delay or do the smash attack earlier than you're used to. However, forward throw is not weight dependent. Forward throw always takes the same amount of time. So forward throw, jump cancel up smash is the same timing against any character, which makes it so great. Because if you do it against Puff, you can do it against anyone else. If you can do it against Fox, you can also do it against anyone else, right? Like, it doesn't really matter who you practice it against. It makes sense to practice it against Peach or Jigglypuff because those are the ones that you're going to be using it against most frequently, where in my opinion makes the biggest difference. Marth maybe also, but yeah, those are the characters where killing them off the top is by far your earliest kill option. So just getting yourself used to the fact that when you grab Peach you want to do this is very important, and like I said earlier, make sure you do it from both sides. Okay, back to the list. Yeah, IC's Discord has a document with all the kill percents if anyone wants to look at that. That's correct. Great. Next up, we have Ledgedashing. So, of course, this is another one of those things that is technically something that almost every character wants to do. But it's important that we look at it for ice climbers in particular, and also why it's useful for them. So, when you're on ledge, you have a few different options, right? Just basic options. Your basic options are normal get up from the ledge, like this, right? Where if you do that, you'll see that once you grab the ledge, ice climbers turn blue, and they will turn blue and stay blue for exactly half a second. After 8 frames, you can act after grabbing the ledge, so you get put into like the ledge grab lag for 8 frames, and after that you can do whatever. So if I try to do a normal get up as soon as I can, you see that Popo is like pulling himself up, it's taking a while, and then once he's up there, right, like now I turn yellow, now I can be hit, I'm no longer invincible. But I'm also still in the animation of the normal getup. And then a little bit later, I'll be able to shield. So right here, right? So normal getup is a good way to get off the ledge quickly, but it also is vulnerable. So opponents can hit you while you're still in lag from the normal getup from the ledge. Same thing goes for rolls and getup attacks from the ledge. For all of these options, yes, you get back on stage, but you're vulnerable before you're actionable with these things. Ledgedashing has the big advantage that you can grab the ledge, come back on, and be actionable already, while still being invincible. So if we look at the fighter collision here, you'll see that I'm still blue. I still have some of my 30 frames of ledge grab invincibility left. And also, now I'm out of lag, right? Like now I just finished my 10 frames of wave dash lag, and now I can act. But you see that I'm still blue. So ledge dashing is great because you get to go back on stage, and you get to act while still invincible. So you can start a dash in a direction to make sure you aren't about to get hit by an attack that's right here. You can start a smash attack like a down smash and even have that come out as you're still fully invincible, right? That's why ledge dashing is so strong, is that a lot of the hitboxes that people tend to just throw out around this area, you can get through and counterattack them with a ledge dash, but not with anything else. So it's great for reversals. It's great for just getting yourself far back onto the stage as safely as possible. The only risky thing, of course, is the input itself, because if you try to do this and air dodge too early, this happens. So let's look at what a ledge dash just looks like. Let me try to get a decent one and then talk about it. Cool, that one was decent enough. So here's the input display. All right, you can practice this by first doing a wave dash back to ledge. You can also use this opportunity to practice your wave dashes and fast falls to ledge. Once you've done that, where is it? Right here. So here, go off stage, hold down. All right, now we're on ledge and we have to wait for 8 frames until we're actionable. Cool, that time's over. So what do we do now? First thing we have to do is to let go of the ledge. You can let go of the ledge in a number of different ways. You can press the control stick down, or you can press it away from the ledge. So right here, I could either press down, or I could press to the left. The same thing goes for the C-stick. I could press C-stick down or C-stick to the left to let go of the ledge here. So all right, you see right here, I've started pressing down, and you'll also see that I press down and slightly towards the stage. The reason why I don't press straight down, but instead down and slightly towards the stage, is because what you want to do next is, as quickly as you can after dropping from the ledge, you want to double jump, right? Because you just grabbed the ledge. You will now be in the air, so you'll have to double jump if you want to get any upwards movement. So you double jump, and as you're double jumping, you want to be holding towards the stage. You see right here that I'm kind of like holding diagonally down, because I just pressed down and a little bit to the right to let go of the ledge. And now as I jump, I make sure that I'm jumping towards the stage. You can see that right here. I'm already barely above the stage. Now I'm definitely above the stage. So on the next frame, I press one of my triggers, keep the same stick angle to basically get a wave land onto the stage. That's how a ledge dash works. And that's why I am actionable right now and could, for example, start a down smash that would hit the fox while I am still fully invincible. You see that it's a little bit difficult to see, but Popo is completely blue, but the down smash hitbox is already connecting with the fox, right? That's what makes ledge dashing so strong. So how do we practice this? The ledge dash training event in Uncle Punch is really good for this. I recommend you use it, go to any stage. And then I recommend that you press start, you turn off auto reset because it gets pretty annoying. And then for starting positions, respawn platform or ledge both work. For ICs, respawn platform can sometimes be a bit awkward because it's a little bit too far out for you, but usually you can just do this, jump to ledge, and then practice ledge dashing after you've grabbed the ledge like this. The bar at the top is really important here. Let's look at it for this ledge dash specifically, so that you understand, if you don't get a good ledge dash, why that was the case. So, first of all, what do we see here on the screen? Air dodge angle isn't the super biggest deal. You can probably ignore this in the beginning. It might become relevant if you feel like you're messing up over and over again and you've checked everywhere else, but I wouldn't worry about air dodge angle for now. As long as you're air dodging like diagonally down and to the side, like towards the stage, just 45-degree angle, that should be good enough. Here we have the important part, which is actionable intangibility. right here. If we get more than 0 frames here, that's already good. The maximum we can get is like 13 or 14. I don't know, this doesn't really matter because you're usually not going for the max amount, because going for the max amount is really risky. It makes it more likely that you mess up. But you can get quite a lot. If you can get like 5 or 6 or above consistently, that's great, because that is the amount of frames that you have where you've ledge dashed onto the stage and you can act, right? You will be invincible. With this ledge dash, I got onto the stage, and as I started being actionable, I still had 10 frames left of invincibility, and that's great. So I just got a pretty good ledge dash with 10 frames. That's really good. So let's look at what happened. So the first little bar we have here, the black one, is cliff weight. This shows that there was exactly 1 frame where I was on ledge where I maybe could have let go earlier. Cliff weight is the animation that happens just as you grab ledge, right? So if I grab ledge, wait a bit, and then air dodge, you'll see that the cliff weight bar becomes bigger and bigger, because that means that I stayed on the ledge for too long, and I could have let go of the ledge and done the ledge dash earlier. Because any frame that you spend on the ledge where you're not letting go quickly enough will be a frame deducted from your eventual intangibility on stage. So you want to make sure the black bar is as short as possible. And I think, I'm not sure if you can even get it to disappear completely. You want it to be either 1 or 2 frames. That's, in my opinion, what you want to aim for, something like this, where like this, if you can get this kind of ledge dash consistently, that's hella amazing. Cool. Next up, we have fall. Right here somewhere. Yeah, the green thing is fall, because like I showed earlier, when you let go of the ledge, you're going to be falling for a bit. Out of that fall, you want to double jump and air dodge, but if you fall for too long, there's a lot of problems that come from falling for too long. Because if you fall for too long, it means you will be a lot lower below the stage, so it also means you have to jump for way longer to get back over the stage, so any additional frame that you end up falling will be also an additional frame that you end up having to jump for longer to get back over the ledge so that you can ledge dash back on. So for fall, you want there to be 1 frame only if possible, right? Like this is great. If you can let go of ledge, jump right away, and there's only 1 little green bar thing. The less frames of fall, the better, right? Next up, we have jump. So let's say we look at a ledge dash where we get very short fall, but we jump for too long. Then this ends up happening, where if we jump for too long, we will be far above the stage, and any frame that we spend above the ledge, where we could already be air dodging but aren't, is, like I said earlier, again, another frame deducted from our intangibility. You want to make sure that as soon as you're over the ledge, you input the air dodge so that you make it onto the stage as quickly as you can, right? And if you air dodge, if you jump for way too long, you see that you end up being so high that your air dodge also takes longer to get you back onto the stage, which is already the next part, the purple part that we're seeing, the little air dodge box. That is right here. If we do it really well, that doesn't show up at all, because we transition straight from being above the stage to landing on it right away. Because you don't actually have to spend any frames in your air dodge. You can go directly from just, being right over the ledge like here, and then just being on stage. So you transition from the air into the ground instantly, and there's no singular frame where you're just air dodging through the air without already having landed, right? So right here, we look at this ledge dash. There is 1 frame too many in cliff weight, that's all right, but we see that there's no air dodge at all, right? Just straight up, made it onto the stage, and this doesn't show up anywhere. That's great. We want the air dodge to be gone, but having 1 or 2 frames of air dodge is still absolutely fine. All right, great. So that's what we're looking out for. That's the ways you can mess it up. And like I said earlier, I would turn off the auto reset, because you can just practice going to and from the ledge like this. You can practice all your other movement. Of course, in the beginning, you just want to focus on ledge dashing, right? So you just want to do a ledge dash. If it's good, great, go back to ledge, do another one. If the ledge dash is really bad, like here, then you look at, all right, what went wrong? Here, I fell for too long maybe, or maybe I air dodged too early. So that's what you want to try to do better next time. You always want to look at where did I mess up, And hopefully with the explanation of what the different ways of messing up are and what they look like, you might be able to distinguish that a bit more easily. Great. If you feel confident with ledge dashing, then a good starting point is trying to do this, because if you ledge dash back on and then get out a hitbox while your character is still fully invulnerable, you'll see that it will show up like this right here, right? Like this was a jab that I did fully invincibly, where if my opponent was standing right here and like, I don't know, if Captain Falcon currently doing a Falcon Punch, my jab would just beat the Falcon Punch because my character is fully invincible and theirs isn't. You can also practice stuff like this with down smash, but that's already a good bit harder. And then if you want to get really difficult, you can try to do turnaround down smash. And then you can technically also do forward smash after ledge dash invincibly. But yeah, you have to be so perfect for that I don't recommend like super practicing that. At least not trying to do it perfectly every time. You can practice it, of course. It's good to practice all your attacks and movement options out of a ledge dash. But it's, I'd say that jab and down smash are probably the more important ones, and also grab. All right, so that was ledge dashing. That was a pretty long one, but luckily we can hopefully also use the same explanation for other characters if other characters ever have this question. Cool. Anyone know the difference between using down and away for letting go of ledge? Down fast falls. Yeah, that's like the problems of each. If you press away, any additional frame that you press away, you will be drifting away from the ledge, which might mean that you aren't as close to the ledge as you want to be, because you want to jump towards the stage on a ledge dash, right? Because you want to make sure your character, like their body, moves onto the stage as soon as you can so that you can air dodge earlier. So by pressing away, if you can press away consistently for only one frame and then press forward consistently on the next frame, that's as good as you can get. But that's hard to do, and sometimes you will end up holding away for 1 or 2 or 3 frames, and then you might have drifted away from ledge a little bit, and it also is harder to go from away to then jumping forward towards the stage after. And pressing down has the issue, like you said, that you might fast fall. And if you manage to, there is a threshold where you can press down on the stick. If you don't press down all the way, you will let go of the ledge and you will never fast fall, but that's very difficult to do. The issue with doing C-stick ledge dashes on GameCube controllers is that sometimes if you press C-stick down, like if I just go to ledge and press C-stick down a bunch, some of the time my character will do an aerial because I'm like slightly moving the stick to the left or to the right. On a rectangle controller, C-stick ledge dashes are way better, and I think they're usually what you want to do. But yeah, like right there, I just pressed C-stick to the left, and I ended up getting a back air, just because I pressed to the left, my character let go, and then as the stick was returning back to the middle, or as I was finishing my movement to the left, I crossed some threshold that made me do an aerial. So C-stick ledge dashes on a rectangle, I probably recommend. I would ask in the box Discord or Frame 1 Discord, because people know much better there. But on a GameCube controller, I personally ledge dash by using down and slightly in with pretty much any character I play. And I feel like my ledge dashes are very good. So, you know, could be better, maybe. Maybe someone will tell people about what the super correct way is. But I recommend practicing it by trying to press down and slightly in, and not trying to press down all the way, so that you don't always get a guaranteed fast fall, you sometimes just don't get one. But luckily, if you let go and jump right away, even if you fast fall, it doesn't make the biggest difference, because of course, the longer you fast fall for, the more of a difference the fast fall will make compared to a non-fast fall. But if you let go of the ledge and you're jumping right away on the next frame anyways, then that one frame of fast falling or not fast falling usually doesn't really make a difference. Great. Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure if the same software exists on Frame 1, so I didn't want to say exactly this. This is also how I learned it when I played on the BOXX on the Hexbox. So I didn't just want to say that you always want to ledge dash with away. Look it up for your controller. Each controller usually has its own guide for ledge dashing, also for the different characters. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. Also, what's up, Wally? What's up, Dennis? Cool, let's keep moving, because these have all been pretty long so far. All right, short up, auto cancel up air. So Ice climbers, like we talked about in the previous episode, can do auto-cancel aerials out of a short hop, and the two they can do is up air and back air. Back air is such a quick move that you can even fast fall it as the move, or as you have the back air out, and it will still auto-cancel. But with up air, that unfortunately doesn't work. For auto-cancel up air, you have to short hop, and then up air within, I think it's 4 frames of being in the air. It might be 5, doesn't really make a big difference. It's just that you have to up air really quickly after jumping to make sure that the up air comes out. You can't fast fall it. If you fast fall, again, you'll see here like Icy's like falling on their back. That means you missed it, right? So if you try to do short of up air and this ends up happening, you know that you input the up air too late. If you do short of up air and you just see them like just land right away, right? Then you know that you got the auto cancel. This is really important for pressuring platforms and sharking people who are trying to come down on top of you, right? So if the fox is standing right here and I'm here, what I could do, of course, is I could just up air them like this, right? But if the fox is doing anything, like shielding, for example, then I just get completely owned for going for this up air. However, same thing I could, or similar thing I can do in the same situation is just do an auto cancel up air, because it will still poke through the platform, I will land without any lag, and I won't enter the fox's threat range because I'm just poking with my decently long hammers through the platform. When it comes to technique here, there's a few different ways that I would recommend you try to do this. One of the ways that I like doing it, let me just again record it like this. You see that what I do is I jump by using Y. If you use X or Y, doesn't matter. And then while I am in jump squat, right, 3 frames of jump squat, during these 3 frames, I move my control stick up. Because I'm already initiating a jump, this doesn't give me like a tap jump full hop anymore because I'm already starting the short hop from my Y button press. But now when I enter the air, I'm already holding up on the control stick. So all I have to do is press A within a few frames of being in the air, and then my up air comes out. Issue with that is that if you do it too early, you might get an up smash, and it's also not always the easiest just input to do. Short auto cancel up air is really hard to do. The other input or the other technique that exists is like using the base of your thumb method that I also use for back airs. But luckily you can use this for all directions when it comes to up air. So what I do is that I jump, and then after I press Y to jump, I kind of, I'll try to show you, I jump like this, right, by pressing this button, and then I use the base of my thumb to flick up on the C stick, and that then gives me the up air input. Like I said earlier, this is really difficult to do, so you want to just start by just standing in place and trying to do this a lot of times. Once you are able to get this, you can start incorporating it with your other movement, right? Like you can do a wave dash, into auto cancel up air, you can do a dash into auto cancel up air. Just make sure that you can do it out of shield, out of a dash, out of a wave dash, because then you can use it on reaction in a lot of situations where it's really important. Like, let's do another example. Let's say Fox wants to try to shine me, and then come, like if I shield it, come back down on me with an aerial, right? Like I can see the shine, see the double jump, and then if I'm quick enough, I can do this up air on reaction and prevent Fox from being able to land on me. There's a lot of situations where if someone is full hopping on you, or if someone is trying to land and you're sharking them by trying to stay under them, up air is usually your best move, and short auto cancel up air has better reward a lot of the time. Because if I were to full hop up air here, then sure, Fox lands right there and I can't do anything. But if I do the short hop one, I'm so much more actionable so quickly that it's sometimes easier to follow up on it. Okay, great. I think we got through the short hop auto cancel up air part pretty nicely. Any questions or thoughts regarding that? Cool, seems like all of that made sense. So next up, we have wavelands onto platforms and off of platforms. Again, this is something that is pretty much just general melee skills, but it's a bit different for ICs, because if I try to do something like this, Nana just gets stuck, right? Like right here, if I want to waveland off and then hold forward, Nana will usually just not join in with me. So you have to make sure that when you move like this, you're doing it in ways that allow Nana to keep up with you. And usually having your back turn makes it a bit easier, because then Nana won't enter the teeter animation, which is this right here, right? Where you can see Popo and Nana like kind of falling over. That's what gets her stuck when you try to do this and just waveland off. You can still do that, right? It works if you're already walking as you reach the edge of the platform. But still, what is more important here is that even if Nana isn't there, let's just get rid of her. By the way, the fastest way to kill Nana is just wave dash off stage, double jump, grab ledge, then she's just gone. Now you can try just moving around with Popo across the stage. Practice this on all stages, practice fast falling from and to platforms. Because Popo does have pretty decent platform movement. It's not like, you know, Fox level or anything, but you can be tricky with how you use platforms. And if you don't have Nana to worry about, it's a lot more worth it to use these platforms as a neutral tool to escape attacks, counter-attack from unexpected angles, or just, you know, confuse your opponents and then hit them as soon as they realize they're currently in a confused state. Sick. Okay. Next up on the list, we have fast falling to ledge against Fox's Shine. Fast falling to ledge against Fox's Shine is really important. You can practice this with both Popo and Nana. I would recommend just starting off with Popo. So how I would practice this is go into Training Lab first event, pick Ice Climbers, pick Fox as the opponent, go on any stage, kill Nana by doing wave dash off double jump to ledge, and then you position Fox by using D-pad down, and you can just put him like around here. That should be good for the beginning. All right. Now that you have Fox right here, you press B to get into the main menu, you press recordings, save positions, go down to CPU mode, and move that over to record. Now you're recording the Fox, and whatever Fox does is being recorded. If you feel like you mess up on your recording, you just press D-pad left, and now you're back at the beginning of the recording again. So what we want to record the Fox doing is just a shine. That's all there is to it. So we just start the save state, press down and B. Once we're done with that, we press start again and switch it over from record to playback. So now this will be played back. And you see right here that if I just don't press anything, I just fall off the stage and die, right? We don't want that to happen. What we can do is that, just like a wave dash off and fast fall to ledge, as soon as we're off stage, we want to quickly flick down on the stick and then to allow us to fast fall to the ledge and grab it. If you hold down too early, you're not going to be able to get the fast fall because you can only fast fall once you're in the air. So you have to time the down flick for when you're in the air. But then also, if you hold down for too long, you will fast fall past the ledge, like right there. Like you saw me there, just like turbo fall down at maximum velocity. That means that you held down for too long. But if this happens, then you mean that you got a good fast fall to ledge against Fox's Shine, and this is really important. The fast fall to ledge from Fox Shine is possible at almost any range. It just gets harder and harder the closer you are to the ledge. So from this range, if you can predict the shine, it's still very doable, but on a reaction it might be really hard, especially because Fox Shine comes on a frame 1, of course. But yeah, this is something super worth practicing. I would recommend you begin by having Fox be like right here, and then you can move him a little bit closer just so that you get a feel for the different timings and how long you have to wait, but eventually it'll feel very natural, and then it becomes very easy and consistent, especially at these kind of distances where there is plenty of space between you and the ledge. You just have to make sure that you're ready for this. Great. This also works well in combination with ledge dash practice, because after this you might as well just ledge dash back on, right? Like, what else are you going to do from the ledge? Before Caillou Puff gets mad at me, yes, you can ledge up ice block, but yeah, usually ledge dashing is your best bet here. All right, great. Questions regarding fast fall to ledge? Need to grind this out so bad. Yeah, this is the real killer if you can't get this against Fox. Like, this is how Fox gets to take your stocks completely for free. Because if you're really good at this, then getting shined is okay. But if you're not good at this, then getting shined is just a death sentence almost every time, and it's impossible to avoid all the shines. So yeah, the more you can make the Fox work for the KOs and force them to not just spam shine and actually go for kill moves instead, the easier the matchup becomes. Depending on the opponent, right? There's still a lot more to the matchup, but this helps for sure. Will this be posted on YouTube? Yes, I'm recording this right now, so this will be on YouTube. We've already talked about the second part right here, and yeah, if we've done 2 and 3, then maybe next time we stream we'll try to do 4 and 5, and then upload all of those after another. Alright, gamers, how are we feeling? Also, where's my music again? Why does it just keep stopping? What's the issue with Diddy Kong Racing today? Cool. Alright, next piece of tech. What are we looking at? We've got our little dash dance desync. There is a guide by Slug that talks about this. I'll just talk about it as well really quickly. This is a desync that has advantages over the roll and spot dodge desync we talked about last time. So roll and spot dodge desync, like they look like this. Also the missed grab desync like this, where you just spot dodge, roll or grab, and then as those moves are happening, you just hold B or down B or even the C stick in a direction to buffer a Nana attack without having Popo do anything. So you instantly get a desync there. Dash dance desync work because Nana, I think it's because Nana can't like do a true pivot, right? Whenever Nana does a dash dance like this, she will just instantly turn to face the direction Popo is facing without doing a smash turn herself. So you can get a blizzard out in a way that is a lot less predictable, right? If someone sees you roll away like this, then good players will know that there's probably gonna be a like desync blizzard or ice block coming, right? Which is very punishable if they know about it. But if you're just moving around like this, right, and your opponent never knows what's coming, and then suddenly there's a blizzard there, and then you keep moving, and then like again after that suddenly there's another blizzard, or an ice block even, it makes it really hard for opponents to figure out like what your neutral is going to be and what you're currently trying to do in neutral. Alright, so let's record the two versions of the dash dance desync that I think are relevant, or how to execute it. So this is the first one. This is the 1, 2, 3 version, where the way I do this is that you dash forward, right? And then you dash back, and then you dash forward again, and then you roll the stick down from the forward position, and after a little bit you press B. This will make it so that Popo is still stuck in his dash, that he can't do this blizzard, but Nana can. So you basically dash dance left, right, left, and then from holding straight left, you go to pressing down a B, or holding down a B. So like this. You see that right here, if you do it really well, then Popo won't even enter crouch. Popo will just be standing and be actionable to do whatever. But if you do it and hold down a little bit too long, you'll see that Popo will start crouching himself, which is something you want to try to avoid eventually, but in the beginning just try to make sure you can get this in both directions. Alright, the next version is the 2 dash method, which looks like this, where you do a dash back, a pretty long one, and then you dash forward, and then as you're doing this dash forward, again, you press and hold down and B. Practice both of these so that, you know, sometimes when you're cornered, right, and you want to fight your way out of the corner, you might not have time to do this version because you'll just run into a hitbox from the opponent before your blizzard comes out, right? Like if I try to do this, then I'm already on top of the fox before my blizzard is even out, so I might just get hit. But if I do this method, I can move forward with a blizzard a lot more comfortably because the blizzard is already out before I'm in the fox's range. So practice both of these methods for the dash dance desync, and blizzard will usually be your most helpful tool here, but you can also do smash attacks, you can do neutral Bs, all of these things work. Great. Okay. Cool. Right, what do we have here? The execution for down throw, they are very different with different characters. Yes, it is, exactly for the reason that Wu-Tang 36 gender says, because down throw is weight dependent, and also against some characters, you can choose, against some characters, if Nana is on top of you, you can choose if they go behind you or in front of you, by choosing how you drift with Nana. Skog TV says, I didn't know about the 2 dash version. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. We'll practice that right away. Hell yeah, that's what we like to hear. Alright, next up we have the upthrow into backwards fsmash. So, this one always shocks commentators and players. Let's say we're grabbing the fox, right, and they're grabbed like this. At a percent we're something like this. Let's say it's like this, right? If as ices I do this right here, the fox isn't gonna die yet, right? And if I do down throw into forward smash, and the fox dies in, it also isn't going to KO. It's not even going to be super close. So how do we get the stock here, right? The fox knows that we want to smash him to the right, so what they will do is they will hold to the left and a little bit in, so that they have good DI if we forward smash them, which, you know, is a good play, right? If we do down throw forward smash right now, fox isn't getting KO'd. However, we can also end the combo like this. And now, because fox is holding to the left, first of all, we're sending him towards the blast zone that is closest to us, which is the left blast zone. And also, most of the time, or very often, we will be completely messing with their DI on this, because they're trying to DI a forward smash, like a down throw forward smash that would send them to the right, but instead we can just send them to the left. Alright, so how is this done? The way this is done is, let me just record it real quick, like this. You grab the opponent. Again, if you practice this, you just pummel once to make sure Popo is actionable and Nana's finished missing her grab. Then you up throw by flicking the stick slightly up. If you flick it up too hard, then Nana will do a tap jump. So this is something you have to do carefully. You want to flick the stick up a little bit to make sure you get the up throw, but not a jump. It's just the same input you do for an up tilt if you're just doing a standing up tilt, basically. Then once the up throw is initiated, after a little bit, you press the C stick in the direction that you're not facing. Because that will make sure that as the opponent is being up-thrown and gets out of the up-throw, or is still in the up-throw, Nana will do a forward smash to the left, and now the opponent, because they're right, like in the middle above you, forward smash hits perfectly, like you're seeing, and they get sent to the left. So those are the inputs. You grab, you do a slight up input for the up-throw, a little bit later, you press the C stick to the left or right, depending on which direction you're not facing. This version, this tech also works. If I were to do the Nana forward smash to the right, it would still work, like here. You see right here that I do this and I forward smash to the right with Nana, and it still hits the opponent, but it still sends them to the left, because this way you hit a reverse F smash, which is also fine, but you actually want to do the forward smash behind you, because it just makes the frame window for this tech bigger against pretty much all relevant characters. There's some exceptions like Captain Falcon on one side where it just doesn't work. It's like a one frame window or something. Let me try to find my IC's data sheet so we can have an actual look at the exact frame data. Wasn't able to find mine, so let's just look at NoPS real quick. Okay, we're in here. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Was it here? Yeah, here's Upthrow Upsmash timing. And you'll usually see that if you do the backwards one, like against Puff, for example, if you do a forward smash in the direction you're facing, and you're facing to the left, it'll only be a one frame window. But against pretty much any character, if you just do a backwards forward smash, you will at least have a 10 frame window, which is very, very consistently doable. And you will also avoid these situations like right here. You see, like against Luigi, if you do a forward smash and you're facing to the left, it's like a 4 frame window, right? Against Dr. Mario, it's a 2 frame window. Against Mario, it's a 1 frame window. So that's why you want to do the up throw and then forward smash in the direction you're not facing, to just make sure you're always like on one of these columns. Okay, cool. So what do we have next? Cool, we have the up B Ledgesnap. All right. Characters in Melee can only grab the ledge if they're in range of the ledge and they're moving down, right? Which is why if you're double jumping up like this, I haven't grabbed the ledge yet because I was still moving up, right? If I double jump like this, I didn't grab the ledge just now because I was moving upwards, but now as I fall down and have any sort of downwards momentum and I'm close to the ledge, I will grab it. Ice Climber's up B gives them a little tiny bit of like downwards momentum right before you get launched, which allows you to do stuff like this. You see that the up B initiates, Nana gets thrown, and then right after Popo grabs the ledge. which can make you throw Nana like this, and Nana isn't fully invincible here, and neither is Popo. But let's say Nana is off stage, right? And she's decently far away from you. You might want to do something like this to make sure that you can do this up B to save her and then move back on stage. Because you don't want to do the full up B, because then Popo would be very vulnerable. But you can do the quick up B ledge snap to make sure Nana gets thrown back on stage, and Popo just quickly regrabs the ledge, and then you can ledge dash from there. So the way I will practice this is wave dash off, double jump up B. If this happens, that's okay. That means that you didn't, you grabbed the ledge before your up B could go on for long enough to make Nana get flown off, right? But that's okay. You're currently just trying to get used to the timing of doing the up B and then grabbing the ledge like this. Eventually, once you get this, you can just try repeating this over and over again, and if this ever happens, you know that your up B got interrupted by the ledge grab before Nana got launched. You can avoid this by holding down in the beginning of the ledge snap and then letting go of down, because if you're holding down, you cannot grab the ledge, right? That's why if I just fall like this, as I'm holding down, I won't grab the ledge. So you can start the up B, hold down for a bit, and then let go of down, right, like once Nana has gotten launched like this. But in the beginning, just try to get this a lot, and then eventually, if you find yourself having Nana just fall down like that over and over again, try messing around with pressing up and then pressing down for a little bit, and then letting go of down so that you don't grab a ledge before Nana gets launched. Again, yeah, let's just show it one more time so that people can see the inputs. This is the basic version. Wave dash off, you double jump. Your spacing around the ledge is really important. You have to be roughly here. Now I up B. And now I just don't press anything. I just wait until I grab ledge, Nana gets launched. That's great. Now let's look at the hold down version, where you slightly delay the Nana launch, which would be this. You see it right here. I double jump, I start the up B, and then as I'm doing the up B, I switch over to... Well, that's the wrong recording, my bad. So now, here we go. Like this. Alright. Wave dash off, double jump, up B, and then after the up B, instantly hold down. Why does this keep happening? Okay, one last time. Like this. Alright. Double jump, up and B. After pressing B, hold down all the way for a bit. And then once you're sure Nana's gotten launched, like right here, now I let go of down, to make sure I still snap to the ledge before Popo also gets launched. Cool, so this is your best way of saving Nana when she's decently far out. Of course, if you can side B with her, that's great, but like we showed in the previous episode, you have to be really close to side B with her, so the up B save will come in very handy a lot of the time. Okay, next up we have ledge handoffs. This is gonna be a long one, but also a very important one. I recommend starting off doing this against Fox, because that's the guy that you're going to be facing most of the time. Alright, if you grab an opponent in center stage, and let's say you, like you can down throw forward smash them, you can down throw down air them. What you can also do is you can pass the opponent off to Nana. You can do a down throw, and then grab right as the opponent becomes actionable, or leaves your grab, so that Nana's grab hits them right as they get out of Popo's down throw. Like right here, I do the down throw, now I start my Nana grab, and as soon as Fox leaves Popo's down throw, Nana already has her grab out, so she gets grabbed right away. You see that if I just play this out over and over again, here Nana does a down throw. If I do it again, Nana does a forward throw. If I do it again, Nana does another down throw. Do it one more time, down throw again. She likes a down throw right now. The point is that Nana is doing random throws here. There's a back throw, and every throw is equally likely. There's another forward throw. She hasn't up thrown yet. There it is. Yeah, that's why in center stage, if you do a handoff, right? A handoff is when you throw with one climber and then grab with the other climber right as the opponent leaves the previous climber's grab. If you hand off to Nana around center stage, she will do a random throw, so you can't re-grab all of the throws she does. However, Nana's programmed in such a way that if she has a grab around the ledge, like if I hand off to Nana right here, she will always try to throw the opponent off stage. Like if I'm this close to the ledge, I can hand off to Nana, she will always back throw, because she wants to get people off stage. The same thing applies for platforms. So if I'm on this platform right here, and I hand off to Nana right here, she will always forward throw, because she wants to throw people off the nearest edge, and even though there isn't a ledge you can grab right here, this is still the edge of a platform, and Nana sees that. So again, same idea, I grab the opponent like this, and hand off like this, Nana will always back throw, because she's grabbed the opponent, and the closest edge is right here, and she's in range to always throw in that direction. Alright, so how can we abuse this? We can abuse this through the fact that Nana's forward throw can be re-grabbed by Popo. Like it can be handoffed like this, so we can keep linking down throw into forward throw over and over again. And this is just what raw handoffs look like. Sometimes you'll see ledge handoffs where people are doing like forward tilts and blizzards, right? That's all just additional stuff like we talked about with the mini-wobbling, but this is what raw handoffs are. You will also notice that Nana will sometimes pummel. There she pummeled twice. Let's do it again. Here she didn't pummel. Let's do it one more time. Pummels 1, 2 times. Nana will pummel a random amount of times. The most common ones are 0, 1, or 2 pummels. After that it becomes a lot more rare. But that's something you have to be ready for. Next thing is that in order to re-grab Nana's forward throw, you have to be a little bit further forward. You see that right here, Fox gets released right here. So if Popo were to grab right now, his grab wouldn't hit because Fox is a little bit in front of Nana. So what you need to do is that, let me turn on the input display again. Once Nana has the grab and you know she's gonna forward throw, you can just walk forward a tiny bit. It doesn't have to be far, it just needs to be a little bit with Popo. So you down throw, grab with Nana, move forward a little bit, grab again. Cool. Now let's look at how you can mess this up. One common mistake is having this happen. Let's record this again just so you can see it more easily. This right here. This is what happens when you press down too hard. Because if you press down all the way, Nana will enter a crouch as you're down throwing, and if you then press Z, she'll do a down tilt. There's two ways to get around this. The first way that I don't recommend is that you can just jump cancel grab with Nana every time as you're doing this. So you can do this, and that's okay, but jump cancel grabbing just puts another input into the whole process that you might mess up. Because in order to jump cancel grab, you have to jump and be in jump squat for at least 1 frame, but you're not always going to grab on the next frame after jump squat. Sometimes you'll be in jump squat for 2 frames on accident, and now that's already 1 frame of leniency for the actual regrab that you've lost by being forced to jump cancel grab. So instead, what I recommend you do is that you just do a slight down input to get the down throw without making Nana crouch. It's the same idea for the Upthrow reverse forward smash, because you can make sure that you get the throw, but don't actually make Nana do something. So you see right here, I pummel once, and then I press slightly down. It's not that easy to see, but I press down just enough that I get the down throw, but I don't initiate a crouch from Nana. And then you wait for a bit, and then Nana grabs, and then you walk forward, down throw by holding down a little bit, and then grab with Nana a bit later. When you're doing the down throw regrab, you don't have to move forward at all, only when you're regrabbing the forward throw that Nana is doing. Alright, so difficulties of this. Let me just find my Ice Climbers datasheet for real this time. There we go. I knew it would have to be somewhere. I have it on speed dial on my phone, but not on my computer yet. So here we have the down throw handoff timings. I will put this document in the description if anyone wants to look at it. You'll see that, like we talked about multiple times already, down throw is weight dependent, so the speed of the animation changes depending on how heavy the opponent is. So you'll see that, for example, against Jigglypuff, you have to input the grab 22 frames, like they're released on frame 22 when you do a down throw. However, characters like Bowser, they're released on frame 43 after you input the down throw. And of course, you have to regrab them right as they leave the grab, as they get released from the down throw. So against Puff, you have to press down and then grab really, really quickly to get the down throw handoff. Where against a character like the Marios, you have to press down and you have to wait for a little bit longer than you do against Jigglypuff, and then time your regrab differently when doing down throw handoffs. Additionally, the frame window differs depending on the character you're playing against. Let me make this a bit bigger, right here. You see that, especially against Jigglypuff, for example, it's pretty much always a 3-frame window, right? Against Kirby, it's a 4-frame window. Against Fox, it's like 4 or 3 frames, depending on DI and percent. Against Falco, it's 3 or 2 frames. Against Mewtwo, it's a lot easier, for example. So you first have to get used to the weights of the opponents. And against some characters, you have to get used to the weight and also just practice it a lot. Against Samus, for example, it's just really difficult because it's a strange timing. She's very heavy, so it's not a timing you will get to practice a lot in real matches. And also, it's just a very small frame window of 2 frames if they do the correct DI. So, yeah, I recommend you start practicing it against Fox, then against Falco. Then you might want to move on to a character like Peach and Sheik because those have the same exact weight. So if you can do it against Peach, you can also do it against Sheik. Then you might want to move on to the heavier characters. Just kind of try to use this table to figure out what characters exist, and then try to practice them one after another. And the way I do it is that I have like a default timing for Fox that I've practiced so much that I just know it. And then, for example, when I play against Marth, I know that it's similar to Fox, but it's a bit later, right? And then if I play against Peach and Sheik, I know that it's similar to Fox, but like 2 steps later than Marth would be. So Fox is my baseline, and then I judge every other character based on that, like how, in my head, how long I need to delay it for. Okay, and of course you can end these ledge handoffs with a smash attack by the ledge, which is always fun. Cool. Alright, next up we have the basic chain grabs. Chain grabs, of course, ICs have chain grabs with both characters. Usually those are called handoffs or different regrabs, but you also just have chain grabs with Popo. Most common one that you'll know, if you've ever watched Ice Climbers and if you've heard Sheik players complain, is the Ice Climbers versus Sheik chain grab, because you can just grab Sheik and keep down throwing over and over again until very high percent. This is what a chain grab looks like, right? It's just one climber grabbing and down throwing all by themselves and then regrabbing. Practicing these chain grabs is important, and there's this handy little document, again that is linked in the description, that shows you how exactly they work, or what percent they work for and what you need to do. So the way you read this is that you look at the character, for example Sheik, and then you look at that, alright, what do I do against Sheik if she does no DI? If she does no DI from 0 to 26, you just do a standing grab. If she does no DI from 27 to 100, you want to do a little walk forward and then grab, or a dash jump cancel grab. And once she's at 101%, she can jump out if she does no DI. Then for DI away, from 0 to, I'll try to highlight this here, from 0 to this percent even, sorry, 0 until here, right? Because you see that this bar goes from here to here. You can just dash forward and grab. After that, you can dash forward and jump cancel grab, and then after that, there's nothing here, so it means it stops working there. If she does DI in, from 0 to 87, you can just do a standing regrab. From 88 to 98, you have to walk forward a tiny bit and then turn around and grab, and then after that, she can jump out. So practicing those is really important. I recommend just going into training mode, making sure you're getting rid of Nana. You set the opponent to random DI, and then you just try to get good at reacting to the DI and regrabbing it. Like right here, DI in, here I have to dash forward a little bit, here she DIs out, so I have to run or dash forward and grab, and then you just practice this, because this is really important. And of course, at higher percents, you can realistically get some pummels before throwing, but at low percent, you might just want to throw instantly and buffer the throw by using C-stick down, because that ensures that opponents aren't getting out ever, right? Like grab, and right after I input the grab, I already hold down in the C-stick to make sure the C-stick throw gets buffered, the down throw gets buffered as quickly as possible, and that Sheik doesn't have a chance to mash out. Cool. Yeah, the relevant chain grabs. I think Sheik's the most important one. The Pikachu one is pretty important. Yoshi is also important, but I'd say it's not quite as important as Pikachu and Sheik. Definitely not Sheik, because Yoshi also hurts a bit more if you mess it up due to double jump in the air, just hitting really hard. The Ganondorf one is really important to make that matchup feel a lot easier. Donkey Kong also gets completely destroyed. Young Link, yeah, poor guy. Young Link and Link both have a pretty bad time. Roy, for some reason, also gets pretty owned. I'm gonna be honest, I've done this chain grab like 3 times in my life, and I've never felt like I needed it against Roy, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt. But yeah, of course, the more relevant the character, the more you want to practice this, so that's like why I have the characters in the order they're in on this list. Cool. Alright, so next up, next up we have Falco Laser Counterplay. Do you treat the timing as the let up part of Fox, or is it its own timing? If you're talking about Falco, yeah, kind of like that. Is the Falcon chain grab on there? Yes, it is. It's in a separate category right here in the Captain Falcon category. It says Captain Falcon can be chain grabbed, and the chain grab arguably becomes reactable starting around 50%. However, it is still really difficult. The best method is to down throw and dash forward instantly. If Falcon DIs away, you keep dashing and grab. If he DIs in, you dash back or pivot and grab. If he does slight DI, you press A and then Z for a boost grab, because the boost grab slows down your dash and makes sure you don't overshoot with a dash forward grab. But this is really difficult, and it's definitely not something that I think belongs in the getting better category. It would be like in the 4th or 5th category here. But yes, the Falcon chain grab exists and it is on here. Also the Spacey chain grabs, which are similar, like, you know, you can chain grab them technically, but most of the time it's going to be a DI read, because you cannot react to all DI and then re-grab them. You have to read their DI and then either dash instantly or grab instantly. Dash instantly if you think they will DI away, or grab instantly if you think they will do no DI or DI in. Okay. Great, does that answer the question? The Falcon chain grab feels like Taz. Yeah, kinda. Again, give me like another 2 or 3 months and I'll mess around with it, and then I might be able to give you an informed opinion on it. And I might just slow it down frame by frame at different percentage thresholds to see what the reaction time actually needs to be. But yeah, I think it's not super worth learning in the beginning, because no one has done it consistently ever. Alright, cool. So now we have some Falco laser counterplay. This is a really big and deep topic, so I don't want to go too in depth on this. I just want to talk about some general strategies that you have against Falco that can help you deal with lasers. So let's look at a simple situation where Falco is just lasering, right? Where literally all they're doing is lasering, right? You have decent counterplay here. Simple thing you can do is just start throwing ice blocks, right? If you get hit by a laser like this and you hold the B button, you can get a Nana ice block out and then just keep ice blocking. So this is pretty nice to be able to do, because then you can get a lot of ice blocks out. You can also just start ice blocking as they do the lasers, because you see right here that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lasers do 12% or something, right? But one double ice block does 10%. So even if you get lasered a bunch, right, like one ice block is worth 2 lasers basically. So it's okay to just trade projectiles a little bit. You just want to make sure you're far enough away, because of course your ice blocks have a lot more lag than Falco's lasers. So if you're like this close, then ice blocking is really risky, because if you do the ice block, then sure, if Falco lasers, you hit him, but if he doesn't, then he just jumps at you, then he jumps over the ice block and you die. So ice blocking is good in the long range. Alright, next up we have some more like aggressive laser counterplay. So again, let's say Falco like does this into this. Let me just get a good example going. That's good enough, right? One thing ice climbers can do is you can move forward with a smash attack like you saw right there. Because if you wave dash forward and go for a smash attack, even if Popo gets hit, because Popo moves forward in front of Nana, you'll see right here that Popo gets hit by the laser during his down smash startup, but Nana doesn't get hit, so her down smash still comes out. This works with smash attacks. This also works with something like dash attack, like right here. You know, you wave dash forward, and then right after you just try to go for a dash attack. And if Falco lasers and he hits Popo, that's okay, because Nana's got your back and she will still keep going. in order for this to work, you just have to make sure you're moving forward sufficiently fast enough so that Popo's actually in front of Nana and is tanking the move for you. Similar concept that works here is that you can also jump into lasers with Short-Top Blizzard. This is a more like a little bit of a fun option, but if it lands, it's pretty cool and it allows you to take a lot of space, but it is way more risky than a lot of other options you have here, like wave dashing forward with forward tilt, for example, which is another thing you can do out of a wave dash forward. Finally, another thing that's really important when it comes to Falco's lasers is that the lasers aren't really what's scary. What's scary is the approach he does after the lasers, right? Like I said earlier, the laser does 2 or 3%. It really doesn't, it's not a lot. But one shine will lead into at least 2 aerials, and that's like 30% or something. So you have to make sure that sometimes you're playing around whatever Falco does after a laser. One good option is taking the laser, just getting hit by it in the face, and then dashing back. If you shield the laser, your only movement options are wave dashing or rolling. And if you wave dash back right here, it's very hard to whiff punish this because I might just be too far away, right? But if I get hit by the laser, I can space my dash dance much more tightly than I can space wave dash, and that's why getting hit by lasers and thus keeping access to your dash is a really strong option. Another thing you can do is shielding lasers with your back turned, because if you have your back turned, you can wall out Falco's short-up approaches really nicely. There's a lot more Falco laser counterplay you can do. That all varies in terms of how difficult it is and how much you get out of it. But this is like very, very quick introduction, and I'm sure people will tell me I forgot about something, but this is the most common things you'll see. And yeah, it's a huge part of the matchup. Like, depending on how good you are against lasers, that will determine how good you are against Falco. You love the funny option? I know, right? That's the Marley. The jump forward Short-Top Blizzard. It's amazing. Alright, Sliphogging. Another thing Slug has a video on, but let's just talk about it anyways, because why not? So that everything's in one video. Alright, so let me record one really quickly and then show you what we're seeing. So this is a Sliphog. What you do is that with both climbers, you wave dash off the stage, but right before you enter the air, you hold shield. You see right here that Popo is still on the ground, but he's shielding. Then the next frame he enters the air. Same goes for Nana. Or because Popo is shielding, he will fall down to ledge. And this is the kind of falling down that happens when you get pushed off platforms, where you're just falling with like on your back and you can't do anything. But the ledge allows you to just cancel that lag, right? And because Nana is also in the same animation where she can't act because she's like falling over on her back, which is what occurs when you're shielding and get pushed off with your back turned to the ledge, she will keep falling down instead of double jumping, so you can make both climbers grab the ledge. If I just try to wave dash and fast fall to the ledge and then jump back on, Nana will always double jump as soon as she enters the air. But by holding shield right before I slide off, I make sure she enters a state where she cannot jump before she grabs the ledge. And because I grabbed the ledge with Popo, right? I grabbed the ledge right now. Now I'm stuck on the ledge for 8 frames. But after those 8 frames, I can let go of the ledge. Right here, I let go of the ledge. It means that the ledge is now no longer occupied, which means Nana will grab it because she's currently close to it and falling down. And then I can, out of letting go of the ledge with Popo, I can just ledge dash back on and be totally fine and actionable right here with invincibility, while Nana holds the ledge for a little bit. This can be useful, especially for edge guarding, right? Let's say the Falco right here jumps off and does this, right? As Ices, yes, I can grab the ledge just like this, but if he goes above me, it's a bit awkward because now he's on stage and I'm on ledge. However, I can do this and make sure that Nana's covering the ledge, as Falco could side B to it, but also, if Falco was going higher than the ledge right now, Popo would be actionable right now and could shield the side B or could down smash the side B on stage. So Sliphogging is a great tool to send Nana to ledge, to allow her to cover the ledge so that you can focus on covering the recoveries that go on stage. Great. Any questions about Sliphogging? Cool. Alright. Last one, or last two we have, is the Ftilt guard desync. So, first of all, show you what it looks like. Get Falco down here. Cool. In its simplest version, it looks like this. The way this works is that, so let's play it out one more time. You see right here, you just kind of forward tilt and then do a blizzard. This is because if I do this turnaround forward tilt, so I press back slightly and then press A, Popo will do a forward tilt, but Nana will be, her turnaround animation will get cancelled by the A input, so she will do a jab instead. And because Nana is currently doing a jab and Popo forward tilt, and jab has less lag than forward tilt, it means that Nana is already actionable right now and can perform this blizzard, while Popo is still in the final stages of doing his forward tilt. And that's how this ends up happening. This is useful, especially as a mix-up option when it comes to doing stuff like you're doing back air walls, and then right after the back air walls, you like want to make sure you get a blizzard out in the right direction, right? So it might look something like this, where you threaten back air for a bit, and then suddenly out of like these back air walls, you switch it up and do like the Ftilt guard desync blizzard, which is decently safe because the forward tilt hitbox protects you in front of you, and it protects you for long enough that the Nana blizzard becomes a bit safer to come out, because there isn't much time for the opponent to punish between the Ftilt and the Nana blizzard coming out. If Nana ends up dash attacking or something like that, then it means that you press to the side too hard or too late. Let me make sure that this is turned off. So if something like this happens, that Popo dash attacks, then you just messed up the turnaround forward tilt. If you get this but don't get the blizzard, or you don't get the turnaround, right, it might be that you actually didn't turn around. And sometimes the Nana blizzard will not come out because you can't just simply buffer it right after the F-tilt. You do have to time it a little bit. Like you want to press down and B right before the Popo forward tilt is about to end. Because if you press it too early, like here, the blizzard won't come out, even though I do the forward tilt and Nana jab. Alright, of course you don't have to blizzard out of this, right? Like you can do other stuff as well, like ice block again. Probably. Anyways, yeah, that's something that is, in my opinion, very, very worth practicing. Can you ice block out of this, or can you not? You might not be able to, I don't know. You're definitely able to blizzard out of this, which is the more important option from here, in my opinion. Yeah, seems like you can't ice block out of it, but hey. You can do smash attacks, that's great. You can probably ice block, I'm just bad at it. I'm sure someone in the comments will know. But yeah, that's how the forward tilt guard these things work, is that you do Popo forward tilt, or Popo turnaround forward tilt, and Nana jab in the previous direction. And then, because you're doing two different moves, you have the ice climbers on a different rhythm. Great. Alright, final thing. Cool. For dealing with Falco laser, power shielding Falco lasers, you say back turn is easiest way in Falco with. Do you use trigger plug or the ADT thingy? I have the light shield disabled on my R trigger. You can accomplish the same thing by simply holding down the trigger all the way as you boot up, or as you plug it into a Wii, or as you boot up Dolphin Slippy. But yeah, that's how I always did it. Cool. Nana tilter F smash, look at him go. Yeah. Managed to figure it out eventually. I've only ever done Blizzard out of this, but it is a good option. Alright, next up we have an option that I have in the unshort tier, which is backthrow into back air. Looks like this. Let's give the Falco some more percent to make it look a little bit more dramatic, and record it. So this is what it looks like. The input is pretty simple. The way I do it is that I grab my opponent, again pummel once to make sure Nana is actionable and no longer doing her missed grab, and then I jump and press C-stick back for a back air. So basically I just have the grab, and then I do a shorter back air input out of the grab. And it will make sure that Popo back throws and Nana does a back air. And right as the opponent gets out of the back throw, Nana back airs them, they get sent backwards. I don't super see the point to this over Upthrow backwards F smash. This isn't reactable, but the Upthrow backwards forward smash can be. But I don't think I've ever in my entire life played against anyone who's ever actually reacted to the Upthrow reverse F smash. So yeah, that's the main appeal of this, as sending people in that direction a bit quicker than the forward smash would, but not quite as hard. And again, inputs grab, And then if you have them in the grab, now you see that I'm starting the jump. And then after the jump, of course, I press back to get the back throw going, and then I press A. So it's just basically a short up back air with using A and pressing back on the control stick. All right, so I think that's it for this category here, the third one. Again, if anyone wants a screenshot of this, there's one in the description. I'll also just link this in the description of this video in addition to the Ice Climbers information document. Any final questions for this segment? Huge help. Thanks so much for the stream. You're welcome. Great. So I hope you all enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that I feel good about myself. And also, I don't know, yeah, don't have to. Cool. Gets a different angle than fsmash. Yeah, it does. But because it's weaker, I feel like the different angle doesn't... I don't really see a situation where that's useful, because people tend to go too far away to follow up on it anyways. And maybe you want to back air them towards center stage or something for a tech chase, right? Let's say I have the Falco like this and they have like this %, right? Then sure, like this might do this, but like they land so far away from you that it doesn't really accomplish much. Like you can't tech chase off of that. And if I have a grab like this, there's so many other better options to actually continue the combo that I just don't see the reason to do the back throw back air. You know, except for only a situation I can see is someone just always reacts to the up throw, reverse F smash, and then maybe back throw back air they aren't ready for instead. But yeah, this is why this is in the unsure tier. I don't think this is necessary. Cool. Alright, people can disagree, that's fine. But that's what I think. Great. Once again, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll stop the recording now.